Welcome into another edition of Browns Live. Coming up on today's show, we've got Nick Chubb in the player spotlight, plus Joe Thomas joins me as we go in the film room to look at some of the successful plays from the Browns offense against the Packers in that heartbreaking loss on Christmas Day. But we kick things off with the head coach of your Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski, for this week's game review presented by Pilot Flying J. And Coach, 24-22, another close one that did not unfortunately go the Cleveland Browns' way. How do you kind of regroup from that, knowing that, look, we still have a lot in front of us, and now it is time to come through in these games, Steelers Monday night?
Yeah, like you mentioned, Nathan, it's hard, it's frustrating, it's disappointing when you don't come through, and especially these close games. That's the NFL. They're going to be close, so you got to find a way to win those close ones, and we didn't do it the other night, and that was tough. Now, we can't let that drag into this week because we got a big one in Pittsburgh on Monday Night Football. We know it's at stake. So it's real important that we do learn from that game, learn from all those moments that if you come up short and whatever the play is, if it's the first play, the last play, you have to learn from it, and you got to file away so that you can be better the next time.
What did it say to you about Joe Woods, his staff, the players on that side of the ball? You're taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. They come in averaging, 36 points a game over their last four. They come in averaging over 400 yards of offense in their last four. And without Clowney, without Malik McDowell, without Tack, and then you go to the back end, without Greg Newsome, without Troy Hill, without John Johnson, without Ronnie Harrison, you limit that team to really only 3 pure offensive points. They had 21 off of the turnovers, 1 field goal, multiple 3-and-outs, especially in the second half. You get a stop to get the ball back as well. What did that defense show you in terms of their ability to have guys step up and play against an elite offense?
Well, you mentioned it. We were definitely undermanned there on the defensive side, especially up front, especially in the defensive secondary, and guys had to step up, and that's what they've done all season long, because with the rules as they are, you're going to be without guys due to COVID. Obviously, injuries play a factor in our game always. So just as a staff, that's a tall task versus a great quarterback, a great wide receiver. I thought we made some adjustments there in the second half. Knew that it was going to be hard to stop them completely, but had to slow them down. I thought that's what we did, especially in the second half.
Offensively, let's just throw the turnovers out. We know what they did. We know the impact they had on the game, and unfortunately it was a big one. But in terms of your ability to move the ball, you outgained them by 100 yards. You had 9 more first downs. You had 1 yard per play more than the Green Bay Packers. What did you like about what you were able to do offensively? And even on that side, you had one guy, Wyatt Teller, in his actual starting spot on your offensive line?
Yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, it's there were some really good things that happened in that game. Offensively, thought the guys did a nice job of avoiding third down. That offensive line you mentioned, the effort was outstanding. I know it goes down as 5 sacks, but a bunch of those you can put on the coverage sack, if you will. So they really protected well. They were hustling down the field. I mean, just turn on the tape and watch our guys flying down the field to go pick up the ball carrier, go pick up the receiver. They just did a really nice job.
Coach, if you were to take, and again, we'll take turnovers out of it, one thing on the offense, because it felt like in this one we were really on the precipice of having that breakthrough offensive game with our ability to get up and down the field. What is kind of that last missing piece in your mind that we need to see here over these final 2 weeks?
Well, I appreciate you for letting us take turnovers out of it. Unfortunately, we got to, and I'm kidding, but we really do need to take care of the ball, and that's all of us. That's every player that touches it. How we call it factors into taking care of the ball, all those type of things. But bottom line is, when we are us, as we talked about, when we look like us, we got a chance. We do some really nice things in the run and the pass. So it's a matter of just maintaining who we are, staying on schedule is really such a big part of that as well, and not getting into a bunch of long third downs. So avoiding third down and being explosive in the run of the pass.
Well, Coach, we'll talk about how we'll do that against our next opponent, the Pittsburgh Steelers, when you rejoin us at the end of the show. But coming up next, Nick Chubb. He of 184 total yards and a touchdown in that game against the Packers. He's in the player spotlight, plus Joe Thomas. It's all coming up next on Browns Live.
The thing about 7-Up is it always looks good, sounds good, and tastes good. There's nothing like the crisp, clean, refreshing taste of 7-Up.
Did you know tires from Conrad's include everything you need to deliver maximum life and performance? Lifetime rotations and balancing, flat repairs, wheel alignment inspection, plus 3 years of road hazard protection. Count on Conrad's for the best total value.
Right now, get up to $120 off instantly on a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone tires when you use your Bridgestone CFNA credit card.
Subject to credit approval.
Bridgestone, official tire of the Cleveland Browns, proudly sold at your hometown.
Hey girl, you look bored as heck. I think it's time for a little vibe check, please. Here, have a Snapple. Let's have some fun. Who, me? Sure, everyone. Do yourself a flavor with Snapple. Now this new bottle's a vibe.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
Thank you for coming today. I'd like to read a brief statement. As the special meals coordinator for the Cleveland Browns, I'm proud to have drafted Mid's True Sicilian Pasta Sauce with our first pick. Made in Ohio for over 60 years, he's a hometown hero. From hearty meat sauce to classic marinara, there's no doubt Mid's is ready for Sunday dinner. We know the taste is there, though his skills on the field will need improvement. But we're working on it. Day in and day out. He practices about 3 days a week.
Touchdown to Chubb! He's done it again!
Cleveland Browns fans, joining our season ticket member waitlist has its benefits. From exclusive team content to first access to single game tickets, membership starts at just $100 per seat. Joining the waitlist is the first step to becoming a season ticket member and getting these special benefits.
The Browns are winners again!
Visit clevelandbrowns.com/tickets for more information about the waitlist and your chance to be a part of the. Welcome back into Browns Live. Nathan Zegura, and we welcome in the Hoff, Joe Thomas. Oh, yes, look at it. Soak it in, folks. Hoff, we were in Wisconsin on Christmas Day, and unfortunately, there was some Grinch action happening from the Green Bay Packers. The Browns lose an absolute heartbreaker in that one. What did you take away from that performance?
Well, it was a gutty performance by both sides of the football with all the players that were out due to injury and due to COVID, but you still saw an incredible battle from that defense, holding Aaron Rodgers under his average for the season, making them look ordinary at times, and a dominant rushing performance. Those are two things that will help you win in December as we move into January in these crunch important games for the Browns to be able to get into the playoffs.
Absolutely. Nick Chubb and that ground attack Chubb, Dearness Johnson, Anthony Schwartz on some end routes. They rushed for over 200 yards in this game, 8.8 yards a carry. Chubb himself, spectacular. 126 on the ground and a touchdown. Added a few catches for 58 yards to give you 184 total yards and a touchdown on 20 touches. And he caught up with our Katie Prefer in this week's Player Spotlight presented by McDonald's.
I'm here with Browns running back Nick Chubb. Nick, it was another close game on Saturday, which unfortunately resulted in a loss. Talk to me about what could have been done differently in order to close that game with a win.
I think overall we have to finish. We went to the game very confident we could play with one of the best teams in the NFL, and it came down to a last drive, and it was on our offense to at least get in field goal range or score a touchdown, and we came up short. So I think just overall we have to learn how to finish more, finish better, finish stronger.
So you did average more than 5 yards per carry on Saturday, which is the 6th time that you've done that this season. What motivates you to perform at such a high level?
Well, the biggest thing is the guys up front blocking for me and the receivers blocking for me outside. I mean, those guys really open up things for me. And other than that, I mean, it's just wanting to win. Me and Dearness run hard, and Kareem, when he's in, we run hard just because it's a part of our room in the running back room. We know it's going to come down to us. The ball's going to be in our hand plenty of times, and it's on us to make plays, so that's our mindset.
I know that you're a team-focused player, but you are one of the top rushing leaders in the league, and it's your 3rd consecutive season hitting over 1,000 yards. What does something like that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it does mean a lot. I mean, it's a combination of all, all things that I've been through, hard work, and also being here on the Browns with a great O-line and a great O-line coach and great running back coaches and just great coaches overall. So it's a combination of everything, but it does mean a lot.
So one player that has really stepped up when his number is called is D'Ernest Johnson. How have you seen him grow as a player this season?
Yeah, I mean, D'Ernest, he's always been a great player, but now he's just getting an opportunity to go out and show it. And since he's been here in 2019, I mean, I always saw something in him. He's always been, a great player. He always made great plays when he has the chance to, and now everyone's getting to see it.
So the Browns are heading to Pittsburgh this week for some Monday Night Football. The Steelers do have a talented defense led by powerhouse TJ Watt. What does the offense need to do to go out there and execute?
We need to go out there and be consistent, and we need to go out there and just play hard and fight for everything we have.
So one constant on the Steelers' offense this season has been rookie running back Najee Harris. What kind of talent does this young player have, and how can our defense slow him down?
Yeah, he's really good. He runs extremely hard. I've known him for a while, actually. I mean, yeah, he's a great player. Our defense just has to go out there and play hard, too, like we are going to do on offense. Go out there and play hard, play sound football, yeah, play together.
So the team always emphasizes going 1-0 each week, but with only 2 more games left in the regular season and the playoffs on the line, what is this team's mindset heading into this week's game?
We understand where we are. We know that if we lose another game, we're out of the playoff race. So I think our mindset, we all know it. We're not talking about it, but we all know we all ready to come in and go to work.
All right, well, thanks so much, Nick. Good luck on Monday.
Thank you.
Now, Nick Chubb is a man of few words, unlike me, that's for sure, but he gets it done on the field. And boy, what a performance there for Nick Chubb. And how do we build on that here for the final 2 weeks?
Yeah, Nick Chubb has been unstoppable this last part of this season. He tried to put the team on his back against Green Bay, running over and around defenders the entire day. But if the Browns want to win these last couple games, it's going to have to be even a little bit more from Nick Chubb, because we're going to have to do it running the football as the weather gets nasty.
Certainly will. And the Browns, look, in this game, all you needed was to eliminate the turnovers. That's going to be massive going forward. And when we come back, we're going to look at some of the things that did go right for an offense that put up over 400 yards, for an offense that had 9 more first downs than that vaunted Packers team. So we're going to go inside the film room and take a look at some of those big offensive plays when Browns Live returns.
Let's take a quiz. What should you look for when choosing a lawyer? Competent counsel, fair compensation, personal attention, experience? Yeah, it's a pretty long list. The fact is, choosing a lawyer is a critically important decision and well worth researching. That's why Elk & Elk is the right choice. Our team has recovered over $1 billion for our clients and has experience trying cases just like yours. Elk & Elk. Every client, every day.
As a family-owned and operated business now in its 3rd generation, we believe in the handshake. We believe in having a relationship with our customers that gives them the peace of mind that they can call us at any hour and we can help them with any problem that they have or any special circumstance. As I've grown in this industry, I've tried to instill the different things that my grandparents did, the different things that my dad has done to make people feel that they truly are at the best place in private EMS.
The thing about 7-Up is, it always looks good, sounds good, and tastes good. There's nothing like the crisp, clean, refreshing taste of 7-Up.
girl, you look bored as heck. I think it's time for a little vibe check, please. Here, have a Snapple. Let's have some fun.
Who, me?
Sure, everyone. Do yourself a flavor with Snapple. Now this new bottle's a vibe.
Welcome back into Browns Live. Nathan Zegura and the Hoff, Joe Thomas. And Joe, we know that the Browns offense turned in a great performance, but those turnovers, those were the difference in this game. But from a scheme standpoint, with an offensive line that had only one starter in its normal position, this was a heck of a job by Stefanski, that staff, and the players executing on the field. Just tell the folks, how hard is it to play offense when you have one offensive lineman in his normal spot out of your usual five?
Well, it really limits what you can do from a scheme standpoint, because some of those more advanced schemes where you have different corrections and checks within the play, you have to throw those out because guys need to be able to communicate quickly and get on the same page. And when you're not playing your normal position, those are just things that you can't do quickly enough. And so when you have a reduced playbook against a really good Packers defense like they have, what you need to do is everybody needs to raise their level to be able to just match the same offensive output. You have to be even better at your base concepts. And this is exactly what the Browns were this past weekend against the Packers. You mentioned the Browns moving the ball up and down the field, gaining first downs, gaining yards, putting themselves in position to score, but it was just the turnovers that killed them.
All right, let's go in the film room and take a look at some of the successful plays that the Browns had in this week's Play Breakdown presented by Microsoft. 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 10 on the 35 of the Green Bay Packers. And this ends up being a perfect play call for this defense. So the Packers initially kind of showing too high, but as you see, it's staggered. And so what we really have here is true man one. So he's going to be your free safety. He's mounted in the middle of the field. Man-to-man here. He's actually checking D'Ernest Johnson here. Man-to-man 41 on Austin Hooper. Man-to-man here. And then off-man here on the bottom of the screen. And so when that happens, all you need to do is account for it. This guy's on the backside. Don't worry about him. You've got 5 guys to block. 1, 2, 3, 4 Green Bay Packers. The hardest block's going to be Blake Hance getting outs here outside to seal it. And other than that, you have it kind of set up, because when you think about Austin Hooper, what he's going to do is run across and cause that traffic hop for number 31, who's actually covering D'Ernest Johnson.
Yeah, this play is pretty exciting for me as a nerdy offensive lineman, because it's kind of a combination between outside zone and a sweep concept. Because when you have your halfback offset away from the way he's running, it puts you a little bit behind your blockers. So you can't run traditional zone, because defensive linemen will be able to run behind the block and make the play. So what you do is you have a little bit of a combination. So you put D'Ernest offset, and in man coverage, like you mentioned, he is going to drag his defender, who's number 31, to the backside, which that allows your smart veteran tight end, Austin Hooper, to understand, hey, I know the guy that's got me one-on-one in man coverage is going to run with me, but what I need to do is create that traffic for the player that's guarding D'Ernest Johnson, because he's the only one that's going to be able to make the play. So Hoop's got his eyes on 31 the entire way. He's going to push up the field, make it look like he's running a pass route, and then try to get in 31's way. That's exactly what he does, and it allows D'Ernest Johnson to circle the defense. You see all the linemen, they're kind of blocking their zone, but they're also trying to get a reach concept, more like a sweep would look like from a blocking standpoint. And then once he gets out on the edge, it's all about the receivers trying to force their players towards the sideline, allowing D'Ernest Johnson to stretch and then put his foot in the ground just outside the numbers and cut up and into the alley for the huge run.
And right off of that big play, the Browns rush to the formation. They get set up, and as you can see, it's chaos. You have 4 Packers right here talking to each other. You've got 29 saying, wait a second, there's 1, 2 Browns, but I'm the only guy over here. 41, he's like, okay, no, I'm coming. No, whoop, like the Grandpa and Simpsons, in the door. Nope, right back out the door. So now you've got 26 going as the ball is snapped. And so what this means is you've got 2 guys over here, and 29, he is in a pickle, because look, the ball is already in Baker Mayfield's hand. He's still running. They're not even pass rushing. These guys are like, wait, what's going on? People are still pointing. Nobody has any idea what's happening. And kudos to Nick Harris, a second-year player, his first ever start at center, getting the ball back there quickly. And Bake, little head pump fake right there, which is huge. As you can see, that stops Rasul Douglas. He's here, and it allows Schwartz to come to all this green, and right in that green is a touchdown, Hoff.
A hurry-up offense makes it easy for the offense and hard on the defense. That's exactly what you want to do, and that was the Browns' idea in this situation. Rather than substituting, you get the long run, you get down to that tight red goal line area and go fast. Just get the same dudes, line up on the line of scrimmage, and when the defense is normally thinking in that situation, hey, we want to get goal line personnel or tight red personnel on the field to get into our goal line defense packages, they're not able to do that because when the offense doesn't substitute, the defense doesn't have enough time to run all the way from where they on the sideline to get onto the field. They just don't have it. They don't have the time to be able to communicate to get a defense lined up, and the Browns are able to take advantage. Great job by Baker Mayfield here, throwing the head and shoulders fake on the slant to Schwartz, and then Schwartz slips him to the back line, wide open, touchdown Browns.
And with that in mind, we exit the film room, and Hoff, we turn all our attention to Monday night. Now, we need a little help. We need the Rams to beat the Ravens. We need the Chiefs to beat the Bengals. Now, if that all happens, when we go down to Monday Night Football in Heinz Field, Ben Roethlisberger's likely last game in that stadium, if we, at that point, we control our own destiny. Back-to-back wins means we win the AFC North. What do we have to do to get the job done against Pittsburgh in that what is going to be, I'm sure, an insane environment?
Absolutely. I think the number one thing is keeping the quarterback clean, right? What does the Pittsburgh Steelers defense do best? They rush the passer. They're not great at stopping the run, but they can get after your quarterback. And after a game last weekend where the Browns got sacked 5 times, you got to clean that up because sacks and pressure on the quarterback lead to turnovers and mistakes. And this game is going to be won or lost with the turnover battle.
Hey, think about our games against Pittsburgh last year, the 2 that they played their full complement. Week 6 in Heinz Field, we had a pick 6 early. We lost a turnover battle. We lost the game. You go to that wild card game, it starts off with a defensive touchdown on the very first play for us. We end up taking it away, I think, 5 times from Ben Roethlisberger. We win the football game. Oh, it is going to be a big one, and that's why the head coach, Kevin Stefanski, joins me next to talk about the Browns, the Steelers, Monday Night Football with potentially massive implications. Browns fans, you can now train like the pros at Browns Fit. Our 20,000 square foot state-of-the-art fitness facility is open. Browns Fit creates a safe and healthy environment for members and guests and showcases the latest in innovative fitness technology with personal training and much more. Located in the flats of downtown Cleveland on the 2nd floor of the Aloft Hotel. Specials for Browns Fits are available for a limited time, so act now. Visit us at brownsfit.com today to become a member and train like the pros.
I'm Graham.
And I'm Fisk.
And we're the founders of
Graham and Fisk Wine in a Can.
100% California award-winning wine in a proven package. And announcing our Rookie of the Year, 8.4 ounces of award-winning California wine.
We've got red, we've got white, we've got rosé with bubbles, and we've got white with bubbles.
All with Wine Enthusiast Magazine Best Buy Awards. You can buy and get delivered right to your door by visiting grahamandfisk.com or from participating local retailers.
Cleveland Browns fans, joining our season ticket member waitlist has its benefits. From exclusive team content to first access to single game tickets, membership starts at just $100 per seat. Joining the waitlist is the first step to becoming a season ticket member and getting these special benefits.
The Browns are winners again!
Visit clevelandbrowns.com/tickets for more information about the waitlist and your chance to be a part of the Browns' future.
A parent or spouse, a neighbor or friend, we care for the lives entrusted to us with technology, medicine, expertise, and passion, delivered with understanding and support. Not just addressing heart and vascular problems, truly caring for you as a person. We are University Hospital's Harrington Heart and Vascular Institute, and we are here for you.
Welcome back into Browns Live. Time now for our game preview presented by Ticketmaster. And for that, we welcome back in the head coach of your Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski, and Coach Browns Steelers, Monday Night Football, the final game of Week 17 here in the National Football League 2021 season. Now, we know that there are some things we need to happen on Sunday, but it is very possible that the Browns go into this game controlling their playoff destiny. It's a big one no matter what. You got to get the win here on Monday night. What's kind of the mindset of this football team right now, knowing that in reality, we've talked about it for weeks, but it is true now, the playoffs have begun for the Browns?
I think mindset-wise, it really started in the locker room right after that Green Bay game. As much as that hurt, we talked about it with the guys, is we control what we control, and we control how we respond off of that game. We control how we prepare going into this Monday night game. We control how we perform in this Monday night game based on how we work this week, based on how we understand what we're trying to do. So I think the guys certainly understand all the things that are out there. We know what's at stake. We know that we'll know more post Sunday, obviously. But really the main focus is control what we can control. And that's our preparation for this game Monday night.
Coach, you go back to the first meeting, 15-10, obviously on the wrong side of that one for the Browns, but this seems to be a little bit of a different Steelers defense than even we saw there. They've had some guys miss time due to injury, but they've struggled at times defensively. What has been the biggest change that you've seen watching the Steelers kind of as they evolve, as you go over, let's call it, the last four?
Yeah, I still see the same Steelers defense. I think they're really tough. I think they got good players up front, good players in the back end. I know they've had guys in and out due to injury. But then guys are coming back and playing well. Joe Hayden's made some big plays the last couple of weeks, certainly. So it's a tough defense. They're going to play with those wide edge players. T.J. Watt's a great player. So you have to have a plan for him in the run and the pass. So nothing comes easy when you're playing this defense.
Your offensive line should be back at least closer to full strength. We know we won't get Jack Conklin back this year. How does that kind of help you deal with especially a team that's got a guy like a T.J. Watt?
Yeah, I think for any position, we're excited to get guys back. And really it just factors into how we prepare, how we scheme things up, who we can count on, because you're so often thinking about matchups when you're putting game plans together. So for us, it's important to know who we have available to us, know who they have available to them, and then put the game plan in accordingly.
What stands out to you about their offense, which has been kind of up and down at times this season?
Yeah, they still have playmakers on the perimeter. They got a big, physical, fast running back. Ben Roethlisberger has seen it all, so he makes really quick decisions. Plays that game, understanding whether you're in one high, whether you're in two high, gets you into an advantage. Run, can throw the ball, just makes great decisions, and not surprisingly for somebody who's played as much football and seen as much football as he has.
I know we're talking well in advance of the game, it being a Monday night game here on Browns Live, but how do you feel about the health of some of the guys? Does that Monday night maybe help get some guys back who are battling injury? I know the COVID guys, a lot of them we got back early in the week, but in terms of guys like John Johnson, Kareem Hunt, Troy Hill, does that extra day maybe give you a chance to get them back for this big game?
Yeah, without a doubt it does. And, we come off playing on a Saturday and then go until Monday. So there is some extra time in between games, even for the guys that played in that game. So can flush that game out of their system, get an extra day's rest in that regard. But certainly every minute helps when you're talking about an NFL season.
Big one on Monday night. Coach, best of luck to you. Thanks so much for the time. Happy New Year to you as well. And let's start 2022 off with a monster win against the Steelers.
Thanks, Nathan.
All right, that's our head coach of the Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski. Don't forget, this Sunday, we will have Browns Countdown for you, 11 a.m. on News 5. Setting the scene, what needs to happen on Sunday, and then what needs to happen on Monday, a big Browns win. For Joe Thomas, for the head coach of your Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski, and, of course, that great running back, Nick Chubb. Nathan Zegura, thanking you for watching another edition of Browns Live.